Okay, we are recording. We are back. We are back. We are back. It is Sunday, the day of rest, but I'm not resting. Welcome back to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Daily Walk Edition. This is episode number 21, and I'm back at Red Morton Park here in beautiful Redwood City, California. It is 61 degrees today, and it's almost the end of November. Now, we had some rain, like I've been mentioning in the past few videos, a few days ago, that washed away all of that smoke that was really clouding and, polluting the sky due to a fire that happened way up north in Northern California. I am proud to report that that fire has now been 100% contained, and now they have to go out there, assess the damage, and oh boy, it's just going to be a crazy thing to rebuild out there. So my heart goes out to everyone out there that's been affected by that fire, whether you lost someone in the fire. There was a lot of people that perished in that fire, and a lot of people lost property, and a lot of businesses were burned down. So my heart and soul goes out to everyone out there that was affected by that. But yeah, the rain came in and washed away all of the smoke. And if you look at the sky right now, you can see it. Even the sun's out. It is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous out here today. Perfect day for a walk. So before I get to today's topic, which is going to be a very interesting one, I kind of mentioned I was going to do this topic in yesterday's video. I was going to do it sometime soon, but I was really thinking about this particular topic all throughout last night and while I was sleeping in this morning, and I just couldn't wait to get it out because it's very important. So I'll get to that in just a second. But just to update everyone, I'm probably going to be, trying something new, either on this video before I put it out later today, or starting tomorrow. I'm going to be bringing back my Coach Eli intro and outro into my videos. So I'll be making these videos look more professional. So it may happen during this video. And if you don't see the intro and the outro of my videos like I used to do them on YouTube, it'll definitely start by tomorrow. But I think I'll be able to get it done today, because I have completed transferring a ton of files from my old laptop to my new laptop, and everything is all set to go. I've got all the systems in place. I'm also going to be creating some high-quality thumbnails for my videos on Facebook. That way they'll pop. You'll be able to see them easier. And I am going to be starting a new YouTube channel like I've been mentioning. I'm probably going to start that tonight, but it's only going to be for storage purposes. All comments will be disabled, so you will not be able to comment on my YouTube channel, and I will not be doing any live streams there. The sole purpose of me uploading to YouTube is going to be for search engine optimization purposes, SEO, okay, for short, which means people can search on Google and search on YouTube and find me. And the sole purpose will be to redirect people to my website, to redirect people to my Facebook personal timeline, or if you're not Facebook friends with me, to my Facebook business page, which is at facebook.com/Life Coach Eli. It's titled Coach Eli, Uncompromising Business and Personal Relationship Coaching. That is the name of my business. But like I've been mentioning, the purpose of my business primarily is going to be navigating the modern world. And like I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to have different shows. This is the Daily Walk Edition, where I will be, talking about different topics every day to help you folks navigate through these specific topics and help you get through your days. Kind of like a daily blog type of thing. Then I'm going to be doing Navigating the Modern World interview series or something of that sort, where I'll be doing pre-recorded interviews with many different people that have had tons of positive and negative experiences in this modern world, and they're going to be sharing their stories. And then I'm also going to be more than likely doing a live show which I'm putting on hold for right now. It will be starting sometime soon. I'm trying to work something out with Charles F. Gray, who interviewed me the other day regarding, what's been going on with me since I left YouTube, my post-YouTube interview. So check that out on my timeline. If you haven't seen it, scroll back or go to my business page on Facebook and scroll back a few postings. You'll see it there. But yeah, I'm trying to work something out with Charles to where he can co-host either a weekly or bi-weekly live show where we will be discussing many various topics. Charles F. Gray is a very prominent content creator out of Alberta, Canada. I've known him for almost 2 years now. And him and I just have such a great video and audio presence. We just jive and get along really well. And the banter back and forth between us is really awesome. So those are the three things you're going to be getting from me. And then I also offer, personal coaching services. Those are available on my website. I offer email coaching and I offer, phone coaching or Skype coaching. I am in progress of revamping that. And by the way, let me just mention here very briefly that I'm going to now really start revamping my website this week, and that should be ready by next weekend. Got a lot of people here at the park today. A lot of people on their bikes. It's a gorgeous day. Awesome. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, and let me just make sure that I come around this bend here and don't interrupt what anyone else is doing out here. Let's get to the topic of today's Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli Daily Walk Edition, episode number 21. Okay? And that topic is, and see, I got so excited about everything else I was talking about, I forgot the exact title of the frickin' topic. Oh, man. Okay. We need to end the separation between men, women, gay people, and ethnicities. Okay? Let's create one global support system that brings everyone together. Okay? Once again, the topic is, okay, we need to end the separation between men, women, gay people, and ethnicities. Okay? Let's create one global support system that brings everyone together. So, let me tell you why I'm so passionate about this. And if you think that there isn't a separation out there between men, women, gay people, and ethnicities in general, then I don't know where you've been for the last several decades. Okay? I am the type of person that 100% fully believes in unity. I've always believed that every man and every woman has been created equal and has an equal shot to make it in this world and become whatever, he or she wants to be. Okay? And we make that happen by, being raised by our parents, hopefully having a great upbringing, learning how to bond and connect with others, building alliances, building networks, building friendships, and just getting along with people. Okay? I've always been the type of guy that gives everyone a chance to be my friend. Okay? Anyone that I meet, I never automatically disqualify. Okay? You can never have too many friends, and that's what I honestly feel. You can never have too many friends. Okay? But some people out there, they go out there looking for something specific, and they're just not open to just loving people in general and loving the world in general. Okay, some people out there are very selfish and it's all about them, and they only want to hang around with people, that are going to fully benefit them, and they're not going to give these people anything back in return. I've always been, the type of person that believes in equality, and I accept everyone until you give me a reason to no longer accept you. Okay, so just because I accept you, due to the fact that I accept everyone, doesn't mean that I'm going to keep focusing energy on you if you don't deserve that energy. Because if I accept you for who you are, then in essence, without even saying it, I'm expecting you to, accept me for who I am. And if you can't accept me for who I am, I'm not going to be mean or rude to you. I'm just not going to focus much of any energy on you. And that's the way that I like to live my life. Now, interestingly enough, okay, what I've noticed growing up, and I hate to say this, but I heard a lot of this, from my father, some of my family members. My family members are not prejudiced or racist or anything, but they've said some things as I was growing up that kind of blew my mind. They made certain comments about certain ethnicities, and this is a bad culture, and don't hang around with this culture, and this culture is all about themselves. Okay, so let me first start off by talking about why I feel there's a separation amongst ethnicities in general. Wow, there are a lot of people at the community center today. It is Sunday. Just a ton of people here. Give me just a second. I think the best example that I can give here is, for example, let's take the Asian culture. I love the Asian culture. I love my culture, the Greek culture. I love the Hispanic culture. I love every culture out there. I don't judge you based on your culture. I'm not a judgmental person, but there are a lot of people within many cultures out there that are judgmental and biased based on their cultural beliefs. And taking the Asian community, for example, if you've noticed, like if you've gone into like a Chinese restaurant or, any type of business, owned by a Chinese or Asian person, no disrespect, I'm not being prejudiced. I'm just sharing with you folks what I've seen. Like they'll give you good service, but if another Asian person walks in, it's like they royally kiss their ass and put them on a pedestal. It's kind of like, it's kind of like favoring their culture. Okay, I'm not going to get too far into it because I don't want people out here to think that I'm a prejudiced person, or I'm pissed off about this. I'm not. I'm just stating the facts. And this happens with many cultures. Like my father, when I was growing up, my father used to tell me that you're going to marry a Greek woman. Greek women are the best. They will not take advantage of you. They will not leave you. Well, I tried dating a Greek woman, and let me tell you something. She left me. And she was no different than any other woman, whether it would be American or whether it be Russian or whether it be Asian or whether it be Hispanic. It didn't matter. But my father, firmly believed that Greek women were the best women. I'm trying to really navigate around here today, and it's tough. It's been weird this holiday weekend doing these videos because I wouldn't say there's a tremendous amount of people at the park, but they're just coming in from everywhere. I figured many people would be away for the weekend, but a lot of people stayed in and stayed local for the Thanksgiving weekend. But anyway, getting back to what my father was saying about, Greek women being uh, the best women out there, and they won't cheat on you, they won't break up with you, they won't divorce you. That's bullshit. It has nothing to do with ethnicity. It has to do with female nature in general. And that's one thing that my father, God rest his soul, didn't understand. But even my father was the type of person that, was stuck on his culture, our culture, and being the best culture, and our culture needs to stick together. And it never resonated with me because I was always about treating everybody equally, regardless of their race, sex, ethnicity, or national origin. And nowadays, because of the gay rights movement, sexual orientation. I love people for who they are as an individual, not for anything else. So, does it still happen in today's day and age that many cultures favor their culture and they don't treat other cultures equally in the business world and their personal relationships and stuff like that? Absolutely. It needs to stop. It needs to absolutely stop. We are all individuals. We are all people. Okay? Regardless of where we come from, regardless of our roots, we are people. And we should not let ethnicity, we should not only focus on our own ethnicity, which is what I'm trying to say. We should embrace our ethnicity. I embrace being Greek, but I don't go around saying, Greeks are the best. Or I may joke around and say that Greek men are studly and Greeks do it best in the bedroom or some shit like that, just to play around with, any woman I would be dating at that time. But it's a total joke. I know for a fact that Greeks aren't the best. No one's the best. Everyone is equal in my eyes. And that's the way we need to look at it. So that's one thing that we need to change. And there are a lot of groups out there that are formed around ethnicities. Okay? And they only allow their own ethnicity in those groups. Now, there are some groups that will allow what has been known to be called outsiders in the group, but many groups out there, many ethnic groups out there, like meetups, they only allow your own culture to attend. And I just don't think that's cool. I think that everything should be open to everyone. Okay? Now, as far as let's save the best for last. Let's save the part about men and women. For the end of this video here. Okay. So let's talk about gay people. I've talked about them before. I have lots of gay friends, and they're like the nicest people in the world. And gay people, finally, gained a ton of rights over the last 10 years. They're allowed to get married in most states here in the U.S., which is great. I'm very happy for you folks. But even the gay community has their own support system. They have their own support system within. Okay? Which is great. It's great to have their own support system. But if you're not gay and you try to come around into one of those groups, it's kind of like an awkward feeling. I've seen it happen. And it shouldn't be awkward because people are people, whether you're, gay, straight, lesbian, bi, trans, doesn't matter. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But I've seen, many specific gay groups out there that basically only welcome the gay community and shun outsiders, such as straight people. The funny thing is that, if us straight people say anything, about the gay community, even if it's with good intentions, a lot of times they automatically assume we're attacking them. It's an assumption. And I don't like it. There's just a lot of people out here today. It's kind of distracting me. Give me just 1 second here. Let me move over to this side over here. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely a stigma within the gay community, and a lot of straight people that try to get involved in those types of communities. Even though the gay community may try to make it seem like we're welcome, a lot of times we're really not. A lot of times they're wondering why we're trying to get involved, or are we trying to take advantage of them, or what do we really want? It shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't be like that. Okay, there's been a separation. It's like there's a separation between, the gay community and the straight community. Now, there are people like me that get along with gay people, and I don't separate myself from them. But also, not every gay person I've encountered has wanted to become my friend. Many have, but some haven't, because they wonder what I want. They wonder why I want to be friends with a gay person. Well, I don't look at you as gay. I look at you as a human being. It's that whole stigma out there, okay? So that's another example right there where, the gay community has their own separate community. First we were talking about ethnicities. They have their own groups. Many of them cater around, their ethnic culture, and they praise their ethnic culture as the best, and no other culture is as good as theirs. And then they'll shun outsiders from joining them. I'm not saying everyone's like that, but a lot of people are still like that nowadays. And then the gay community, like I said, a lot of them have their own groups. And some of them, have no problem getting involved with outsiders. Well, what's considered to be an outsider, like a straight person. But many of them, if you want to get involved with them, to support them and be a part of their groups, will shun you out because, they're thinking that you want to take advantage of them in some way, shape, or form. And that should not be the case. It's not how I look at it. But I don't control what everyone else thinks or does, which is the problem. I can only control myself, how I feel, how I think, and how I react, and how I behave around others. Okay? Now, save the best for last. This is the big one here. There's a massive separation in today's day and age between straight men and straight women when it comes to support systems, okay? So the gays have their support system. It's great for them internally. Many ethnic cultures have their own support system. That's great for them internally. Women in today's day and age, like I've mentioned many times, have the most amazing global support system on the face of the planet. Because ever since, the third wave of the women's movement came into play in the early 90s, and then women got civil rights in 1963, 1964 here in the U.S., and then shortly afterwards all over the world. And today, women have rights all over the world. Women became more empowered. The laws back them now. And it empowered women to start their own support groups to further support this movement. Okay? Which is great. It's absolutely great for women. I'm very happy that women, in today's day and age, over the past 50 plus years, have an incredible support system. Okay? But out of all these groups that I've talked about, who's been left behind? Men. How much support do men really have in today's day and age? Not only at a local level, at a state level, at a national level in your own country, but globally. How much support do men have globally? We don't have any support. The system is completely against us. The system of modern day feminism has fucked us severely. I'm not trying to say this to be jaded or to be pissed off. I'm just stating the facts here, because let me give you an example. You know, there are, I believe, over 2,000 battered shelters or shelters for battered women, which is what I'm trying to say, in the U.S. And I think there's like 1 or 2 for men. Why is the number so lopsided? Is it automatically assumed that men more so beat up women than women beat up men? Because let me tell you something. In today's day and age of modern day radical feminism, I've heard many stories of where women are beating up their husbands or their boyfriends. And what happens? As a man, if you call the cops on your woman, they come to your house and they ask you, from what I've heard, are these self-inflicted wounds? Did your woman really do that to you? She's like half your size. Even if she really did it. And there are some women out there that are half the size of a man, that when they get angry, they can whoop your ass. Right? Okay? So what happens when the man reports it? When the man reports it and the cop comes out there, the cop says, well, you know what, let me tell you something. You know, she's half your size. And here's my advice if it happens in the future. You better just run the other way or leave or go somewhere else, because, you know, if this happens again, then I'm going to come back and arrest you for domestic violence. Because the cop is automatically assuming that the man instigated it, regardless of who got beat up. It's a bullshit system. It's an absolute bullshit system. That's what really bothers me there. So, you know, the support system, you know, for battered men is terrible. I think there are like 2 places in the entire country here in the U.S. that men can go if they've been battered. But I'm sure there are many more men, whether they've reported these instances or not, that are getting beat up by their other half. A lot of guys won't report it because they feel like, you know, they feel embarrassed. You know, they feel embarrassed to report their woman beating them up, because it's not masculine energy to be beat up by a woman. You would have never assumed that, you know, back in the days that a woman was even capable of beating up a man. And that's what the cops assume nowadays, that men are bigger and stronger. So how in the world could she have beat you up? Well, she may take a bat, she could take a knife, she could throw something at you. And let me tell you, women nowadays, they work out. And they're strong. Let me tell you something. There are some big, badass women out there today that can whoop your ass. But none of that's taken into consideration. It's always automatically assumed that it's the man's fault in some way, shape, or form if domestic violence happens, right? But women have more support than men. Men have hardly any support. And that's why I saved the best for last here, you know, talking about, you know, the problem that we need a better support system, especially between men and women. It's serious. It's a serious problem. Okay? All of these groups that I mentioned here, with the exception of men, have a great support system. Men have a shitty support system, and I don't even really consider us having any support nowadays. We're kind of like on our own. You know, back in the days before feminism came out, before women were liberated and the women's movement kicked into high gear, men were the dominant species. We were respected. We were looked up to. We were appreciated for what we contributed to this world. The funny thing is, we still do the same exact shit today that we've always done, and no one appreciates us for anything. They put us down. They belittle us. They blame us for everything. Even if it's the woman's fault, they blame us. That's what feminism has done. So what is the solution, in my opinion, to this problem? What is the solution? The solution is to create one global support system for people in general. That includes men, straight women. That includes all the gay people out there, and that includes all, ethnicities. That includes everybody. One support system for everybody out there, regardless of your age, race, sex, national origin. Regardless of any of that. Now, I've grown up understanding discrimination laws here in the U.S. Discrimination laws are all about, being fair and equal with everyone, regardless of their age, race, sex, national origin, and in today's day and age with gay rights, sexual orientation. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the law. If that's the law, then why are we not adhering to our own laws, especially here in the U.S.? Why are we fucking men? Okay? When it comes to women and gay people in general, they're very protected by discrimination laws. When it comes to cultures and ethnicities, they're very well protected by discrimination laws. Okay? So women, gay people, and ethnic cultures are very well protected by discrimination laws. Men, we're supposed to be protected from discrimination, but we are being discriminated more than anyone else has ever been discriminated in the history of our universe, in my opinion. I feel today, in this modern world, men are being extremely discriminated. And every time we try to do something about it, we get shunned upon. We get silenced. No one wants to hear it. How come no one wants to hear it when men are being discriminated against in today's day and age? How come no one wants to hear it, but when a woman says something, everyone wants to hear it or has to hear it? When gay people feel they're discriminated, they make a big fucking stink about it, and it's like national news. If discrimination happens against a culture, it's national news or global news. But when men say I'm being discriminated, we're like silenced. No one wants to talk about it. There isn't much information out there about it. Why is that? Why is that? Is that fair? Is that fair? Like I said, especially here in the U.S. I can only speak about the U.S. because I know the laws here in the U.S. I don't know the laws everywhere else. I'm sure they're pretty similar with discrimination. But here in the U.S., we have discrimination laws that are supposed to also protect men. And they protect everybody. But why are we not enforcing discrimination laws when it comes to men? But we enforce it for everybody else. And that's why, and I hate to say this, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I really love and appreciate good women out there. I don't appreciate or respect radical feminists. I don't. Because radical feminism has fucked this up. Okay? Radical feminism has fucked this up. And it's basically turned our society globally into a feminized world. Okay, nothing wrong with women having equal rights. Nothing wrong with, women being able to do the things now and respected equally to men. Nothing wrong with that. But that's not what's happening. What's happening is everyone, with the exception of men, has now risen to the level where men used to be, and now men have been left fucking behind. And it's sad. It saddens me. And men pay the price for everything. We pay the price for everything. Good, wholesome, loving, caring, hardworking men that just want to live a normal, decent life. Go to work, make their money, have a little fun, go on some vacations, maybe buy a house, pay our taxes, and then one day we're going to die. That's all we want. We just want to live a normal life. But nowadays, we can't. Nowadays, we can't. Because we're not looked at in the same ways that we were once looked upon for being the men that we really are. Look, I'm not trying to make all of my videos here, about men being screwed over. I'm not trying to sound jaded. I'm stating the facts. Look, to the women out there, to the good women out there, to any woman out there, whether you're a feminist or not, but especially if you're not a feminist, I do respect you a lot more if you're not a radical feminist. If you're a man hater, I can't respect you. Just like if I was a woman hater, how would you respect me? But here's the thing. I'm not saying I'm a woman hater. I'm not a woman hater. I'm stating the facts, but I'm sure there are women that are going to hate me for saying this, even though I'm saying I'm not a woman hater. I am a radical feminist hater. I'm a radical feminist hater because radical feminists play the system and request special privileges above and beyond what the feminist movement was meant to be, beyond having equal rights. So again, before I wrap this up here, how long have I been going for? 37 minutes. I'm going to stick it to this part of the park here because I went around the other side. I've probably done about a lap and a half already. And there were just a lot of people coming from everywhere. What I'm trying to say here is that, look, we need a better support system that supports everyone as an individual. Okay? We need to stop attacking each other. Women, you need to stop attacking men. Men, you need to stop attacking women. The men that are attacking women just don't understand what's really going on. They're dealing with the same things that I've been dealing with and other men that understand it have dealt with, but we understand why things are happening. There are men out there that don't understand that it's feminism that's causing all this. And they're attacking women, wondering what the fuck is going on. You guys need to stop attacking women and get a grip and watch videos like mine and other people that understand feminism, that aren't going to bullshit you like the mainstream media does and silence the truth. You want the truth? I'll share the truth with you. I'm telling you what the truth is right now. But men need to stop attacking women. Women need to stop attacking men. The gay community needs to stop attacking outsiders that they've been attacking. Straight people that have been attacking the gay community need to stop attacking the gay community. And all cultures need to bond together and create unity and not just make it about their own culture. Look, every culture has something unique to bring to this world. A lot of people love the fact that I'm Greek because they love Greek food. And I say, you know what? Greek food's so fucking fattening. Keep it away from me. I love Greek food. But whenever I've eaten Greek food in the past, I put on 5 pounds in like 1 week. Fuck that shit. I'm vowing to never get fucking fat again. Let me tell you something. I feel good being in shape. But you know what? People love the fact that I'm Greek and they love the Greek food. But just because I'm Greek, I don't go around always saying that, Greeks have the best food and Greeks do it best and Greeks do this and that. I don't go around and putting my culture way up here while shunning other cultures. I embrace my culture, but I embrace other cultures as well. I love the Hispanic culture. I think the Hispanic culture has some of the hottest, sexiest women out there, to be honest with you. And their food is great too, but it's also fucking fattening. It's also very fucking fattening. And you can see it. You can see many cultures, how many men and women gain weight in their culture because they eat a lot of their fattening food. But every culture is unique. I love the Asian culture. They have great food as well. Okay? and any culture I haven't mentioned out there, I love you all. You all have something unique to bring to the table, but it's not just about your culture. It's about unity and coming together, you know, coming together as a collective of different cultures and uniting as one mega superculture to make this world a better place and create unity. I am tired. I am so fucking tired of all the fighting. I am so tired of all the games. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the bullshit. I just want to live life and enjoy every moment that I have left out here on this amazing planet that I live on, planet Earth. Okay? And you should feel the same way as well. So let's create unity, folks. Who's with me on this? Let's stop feminism. Let's stop, gender discrimination for both men and women. Okay? Let's stop attacking, the gay people. For those of you that are attacking gay people, they're people. Let them live their lives the way they want to live their lives. To gay people, they think straight people are weird. Probably. I'm not saying that. I'm just kind of saying, look, there are many people out there that think, being gay is a sin, because I think the church used to look at it as a relationship is between a man and a woman, not same sex. Well, all that's changed. So there are many people out there that, despise gay people. So the gay people despise the straight people. Look, think about it. There are some gay people out there that feel being straight is awkward. On the flip side, you know what? To each its own. To each its own. Okay? If you want to be gay, be gay. If you want to be straight. Okay? We should not judge people based on, who they are or who they want to be. I'm not a judgmental person at all, but if we're going to judge people on any level, the only things I feel we should judge people on are their personality, okay? Are they a kind, loving, caring, loyal, considerate, honest, and genuine person? Because if they are, it doesn't matter what ethnicity they are. It doesn't matter what their sexual orientation is. It doesn't matter what their gender is. They're a good person. If you're the opposite, you're a shitty, terrible person, and I don't care who the fuck you are or where you come from, I'm not going to like you. I look at people in one way, and one way only. Are they a good person and have the right intentions amongst people that, they associate with? Or are they the complete opposite, where they make it all about themselves and they take advantage of people? That's all I care about. All I care about is whether you're a good, decent human being, or if you're a shitty human being. I'm not going to care about you regardless of where you come from, like I've been mentioning. Okay? So look, I honestly feel, especially for men and women, I honestly feel that men and women need to start working together and creating support groups, that involve both men and women, and talking about the modern day issues of men and women and working through them. The reason why you're not going to probably see that for a while is because, like I mentioned before, women nowadays have 85% of the buying power. The mainstream media and corporations, big corporate, they know that. And it's all about the money. And they know that women, no offense women, you spend money at a much faster pace and greater level than men do. Women will go out there and impulse buy and emotionally buy things. My ex, as an example, after her divorce, she's a great woman, don't get me wrong, but after her divorce, for example purposes, she went and bought, a brand new Suburban, almost a couple of years old, but it was like a $60,000 car. It was an impulse buy. What happened 2 months after that? She traded it in and got another car because she couldn't afford the fucking payments. So now do you realize why things are the way they are? It's bullshit. Women have 85% of the buying power. So corporations are catering ads towards women. The mainstream media is catering programming towards women. So that way they can get women to watch the ads and buy a ton of product from the sponsors, and that way the sponsors can keep sponsoring those programs that are on TV. You see how it works? And if they're going to start talking about how unfair things are with men, who's going to sponsor that shit? Because women don't like that shit. Women won't watch that shit. And if they put a bunch of shows out there on how feminism is affecting men, and they put commercials out there that are typically catered for women to buy products, if a woman sees a commercial on a show about men attacking feminism, they're going to stop buying that product. And they're going to talk shit about that company, and that company's going to lose business. Do you see how the system works? Do you see what's going on? No one's talking about this. No one's talking about this, right? But I'm talking about it. And there are a bunch of men in the underground on YouTube and other platforms that are talking about it. But let me tell you something. All these platforms are doing the best they can to silence us because they know we're right. And they know that, if this message blows up and more men learn about this and more men start to withdraw from this bullshit, it's going to affect everything, including women and including businesses as well. Because I'll tell you what, men spend money too. We may not spend as much as women, but let me tell you something, we still spend money. And if us men withdrew all of our money out of the economy, would it sustain itself? Ask yourself that question. And that's where I'm going to end this today. I don't know if this video made any sense. I've been very passionate about a lot of things lately. I've been working on a lot of things. I've been trying to get my business, set up again, because this is what I want to do, folks. I want to help you folks navigate through this crazy modern world that we all live in the best ways possible. And again, despite everything I said here, which I meant everything I said, I love everyone out there, whether you're male, female, whether you're gay, straight, bi, lesbian, trans, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of your age. I love you all. What I don't love is bullshit. And if anyone out there, including men, there are some men out there that play the system and bullshit things. It's not as much as the other groups I've mentioned. But anyone out there that plays the system and is full of shit, I have no respect for you. So this is not an attack on women. It's not an attack on gay people. It's not an attack on cultures, ethnicities. And it's not about me being jaded about being a modern day man that's getting shafted. This is about just making the world a better place for everyone. And start including men and respecting men in the ways that we once were respected, because we still have a purpose on this planet. Trust me. You get rid of all of us men and see what happens. Let's not let it get to that. That being said, folks, have a great one, and I will see you all tomorrow for the next one. Take care.